And we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. This evening, the Newton Rebels will host the Great Bend BatCats. The BatCats come in with a 5-0 record. They are tied on the top of the league with the Derby Twins. The Newton Rebels are 0-5 here for the season and are tied with the Sunflower Seeds for the bottom of the league. The Newton Rebels will be their pitcher and coach, Mike Mandarino. We'll start with pitcher number 38, Carson Jacobs. Here's the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Great Bend BatCats, leading off and playing center field will be number 4, Alex Rogers. Batting second, the left fielder number 14, Dylan Baumquist. Batting third and DH will be number 26, Junior Torres. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 7, Zane Spin. Batting fifth and playing third base will be number 10, Noah Best. Batting sixth and playing right field will be number 17, Kyle Gates. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 34, Micah Grover. Batting eighth and catching will be number 19, Jeff Forrest. And batting ninth and playing second base will be number 3, Brett Weiberg. Pitching for the Great Bend BatCats will be number 31, Jongju Kim. Now here's the starting lineup for your Newton Rebels. Leading off and playing second base will be number 7, Justin Barnes. Batting second, playing shortstop will be number 1, Andrew Brotman. Batting third and playing first base will be number 3, Corey Mason. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 23, Nolan Riley. Batting fifth and playing left field will be number 20, Aiden Corrigan. Batting sixth and playing center field will be number 14, Trey Wingett. Batting seventh and DHing will be number 18, Rylan Wallenford. Batting eighth and catching, number 22, Connor Allen. Batting ninth and playing right field will be number 0, Eli Hickman. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 38, Carson Jacobs. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to let you know that I will be doing a little bit of PA here this evening also, so please bear with me here this evening. Please welcome out of the field your Newton Rebels. We'll have no national anthem here this evening. No national anthem here this evening. Thank you very much. All right, once again, we welcome you here to Newton. The Newton Rebels are looking for their first victory as the Newton Rebels host the Great Bend BatCats. Defensively for Newton at first base will be number 3, Mason. Second baseman will be number 7, Barnes. At shortstop, number 1, Brotman. Third baseman will be number 23, Riley. Left fielder, number 20, Corrigan. Center fielder, number 14, Wingett. Right fielder, number 0, Hickman. Catching will be number 22, Allen. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 38, Carson Jacobs. We're ready to get started here. Leading off for the Great Bend BatCats will be the center fielder, number 4, Alex Rogers. Now batting, center fielder, number 4, Alex Rogers. Alex Rogers is a 5'11", 190-pounder from Omaha, Nebraska. And here's the first pitch. That one in there for call, strike one. No balls, one strike now to Rogers. Breaking ball missing high for ball one. So that will take the count now to 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're just now joining us, we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. As we get started here between the BatCats and the Rebels. That one's swing and a miss there by Rogers. So the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here Jacobs' pitch misses high for ball 2. Full count now, 3-2 to Rogers. And Carson Jacobs ready for the 3-2 pitch. That one fouled off there by Rogers. And that's going to be a walk, so there'll be a runner on at first base as Rogers takes first base on a walk. Now batting the left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist. So we have a runner now on at first base with no out here in the top half of the first inning. Blomquist comes in batting .231 as he's played in 4 games. Has been up to bat 13 times, has 3 hits, 4 run scores, 2 doubles, and has a total of 5 RBIs. And here's the pitch. That one in there for call, strike one. As the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Runner on at first base as Rogers reached on a base on balls. Carson Jacobs on the mound. And he's going over to first base. In safely is Rogers. If you're just now joining us, we are in the top half of the first inning as we're just now getting started here in Newton, Kansas. The Great Bend BatCats have green jerseys. There goes the runner to second base. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. And in safely is Alex Rogers with a stolen base. I believe the count goes to even now at 1-1. Once again, the Great Bend BatCats have green jerseys with blue numbers, gray pants, and blue and white hats. The Newton Rebels this evening are wearing their black jerseys with white pants, black socks, and black hats with the red front on them. As the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one missing outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now, as we now have a runner on at second base with no out here in the top half of the first inning. That one misses inside for ball 3. 3-1 now count. Carson Jacobs on the mound. That one misses outside for ball 4. The second walk given up here in the ball game by Jacobs. We'll bring up the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres. Once again, we apologize about the buffing on our end here. This computer is just not made for this program. We tried to download it to my computer today, but was not able to. The tech people are working with that. Hopefully they'll get that solved tomorrow. We do have a game tomorrow as we go to Great Bend, Kansas. Game 2 of the 5-game series between the Great Bend BatCats and the Newton Rebels. Rebels looking for their first victory here of the season, as the Great Bend BatCats are 5-0, Newton Rebels 0-5. That pitch misses down low, and the runners both will advance. So moving to third base is Rogers. Over to second base is Blomquist. As the count evens up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Here in the top half of the first inning, looks like the catcher Connor Allen has changed gears. The helmet he was wearing and the face mask wasn't to his liking, so he gets a new one, and we're ready to go as the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the pitch by Carson Jacobs. Fastball in there for call, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Junior Torres, designated hitter this evening for the Great Bend BatCats. Runners on at second and third with no out, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Torres as he goes down for out number 1. That is the first strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs. So 1 down now with the runners on at second and third. Here in the top half of the first inning, if you're just now joining us, Rogers led off with a walk for Great Bend. Blomquist also walked. They went to second and third on a ball hit into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit by Zane Spinn. 2 runs will score, and in at second base they do tag him out. So Spinn gets recorded with a base hit and 2 RBIs, and it is a 9-4 play for the second out of the inning. That is the first hit of the ball game, as we now have 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. The score 2-0 now in favor of Great Bend, as Zane Spinn puts that one into right field and records 2 RBIs. Carson Jacobs a little shaky on his start here as he walked the first 2 batters, and they made him pay. Also threw a wild pitch. That one breaking ball misses inside for ball 2. And then Zane Spinn puts it in the right field as he gets 2 RBIs. 2-0 now the count. Correction, 3-0 now the count. That one in there for call, strike 1. Noah Best is the batter. Best comes in batting 1,000 as he has appeared in 2 ball games and is 2 for 2. Only been up to bat twice, and he gets a walk. So that is the 3rd walk given up by Carson Jacobs. We'll have a runner on at first base with 2, and that will bring up the right fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates. Gates comes in batting 167 as he's appeared in 5 ball games, has been up to bat 12 times, has 2 hits, has scored 3 runs. Has no RBIs yet so far this season. That one in there for call, strike 1, so the count goes no balls, 1 strike now to Kyle Gates, as the score is 2-0 already here in the top half of the first inning. Throw over to first base. Noah Best not taking much of a lead over there at first. Over to first again. Best in safely. We have one hit here in the ball game. That one misses low for ball one. So the count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson Jacobs trying to get out of this first inning here. That one fouled off there by Kyle Gates. Gates is the right fielder here this evening for the Great Bend BatCats. As the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner on at first base and 2 down. Here's Jacobs, throws over to first base once again. Swing and a miss there. And Connor Allen will go to first base for that strikeout for the 3rd out. But not before the Great Bend BatCats. They scored 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1 half inning play, it's the BatCats 2 and the Newton Rebels coming to bat. Defensively for Great Bend, at first base, we'll have number 34, Grover. Second baseman will be number 3, Ryberg. Shortstop will be number 7, Spin. Third baseman, number 10, Best. In left field will be number 14, Blomquist. Center fielder, number 4, Rogers. Right fielder, number 17, Gates. Catching will be number 19, Forrest. And pitching for the Great Bend BatCats, number 31, Jong-Ju Kim. Once again, if you're just now joining us, Great Bend is tied for first place as they are 5-0 in the league. And they played against the Sunflower Seeds to start off the season. Seeds are 0-5 along with the Newton Rebels. And of course, the Derby Twins, who we just got through playing in the first series, they are also tied for first at 5-0. They are followed by the Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs at 4-1. They play Andale Warhogs, and Andale is 1-4. The 316 Sluggers are 3-2, are in 4th place, and the Hayesville Aviators, who played the Sluggers, are 2-3 in 5th place. So leading off for the Newton Rebels will be the second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes. And Jong-Ju Kim is the pitcher for the Great Bend BatCats. Leading off bottom half of the first inning for Newton, second baseman number 7, Justin Barnes. And once again, fans, I apologize, but I have to do PA here this evening along with play-by-play. So I don't mean to scream in your ear there, but I'll try to do a little bit better job there. All right, now for the Newton Rebels, it is Justin Barnes leading off here for the Rebels. They're down 2-0 as we are in the bottom half of the second inning. And Jung-Ju Kim now ready for his first pitch. That one in there for call strike 1 with a fastball on the outside corner. Barnes comes in batting .556. Second pitch misses outside for ball 1. As Barnes has appeared in 3 ball games, has been up 9 times, has 5 hits, has scored 1 run, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. So the count is 1-1 now to Justin Barnes. And Mr. Barnes was our player of the game the other evening that we played in Derby. And here's Jong-Ju Kim's pitch, misses inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Barnes. Brotman on deck and Mason in the hole for the Newton Rebels. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, they're down 2-0. Once again, we welcome all you joining us. That ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop Zane Spin goes to first for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Andrew Brotman now coming to the plate. Brotman batting .421 as he has appeared in 5 ball games, has been up to bat 19 times, has 8 hits, 5 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and 1 home run. So Jong-Ju Kim now ready for his second batter. That one misses inside for ball 1 and low. As the count goes, 1 ball, no strikes. The head coach for the Great Bend BatCats is Roger Ward. And the head coach for the Newton Rebels is Brett Clark. That one misses low for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Andrew Brotman. Brotman usually leads off in the number 1 spot. He did hit in the 5 spot 1 game against Derby, and now he's in the 2 spot. That one hit lifted to the right field. The right fielder moving in, going to make the catch. That's Kyle Gates for out number 2. So we have 2 down now here in the bottom half of the first inning. Now batting for the Rebels, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason. So Corey Mason now batting for the Newton Rebels. Mason comes in batting .333 as he's appeared in 3 ball games, has been up to bat 9 times, has 3 hits, has scored 1 run, 1 double, and 1 RBI. That ball hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be in for a base hit. So Corey Mason records his first hit of the ball game and the first hit for the Newton Rebels. So they'll have 1 man on at base as Mason took 1 pitch is all it took for him to get a base hit. That will bring up the third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. Now batting, third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. So Riley is now up. Riley has appeared in 1 ball game, was 0 for 3 in that game against Derby. So he's looking for his first hit of the game. Breaking ball in there for call strike 1. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. That one lifted to the left-hand side. Left fielder moving over to his right in foul territory, makes the catch. That was Dylan Blomquist for out number 3. So the bottom half of the third inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1 inning play, this is Great Bend BatCats 2 and the Newton Rebels 0. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning. Now batting top half of the second inning, first baseman number 34, Micah Grover. So now batting for the Great Bend BatCats is first baseman number 34, Micah Grover. Grover comes in batting .500. Pitch there by Jacobs. Misses for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. Grover comes in batting .500 as he's appeared in 5 ball games, has been up to bat 8 times, has 4 hits, has scored 5 runs, has 1 double, 2 base on balls, and has been hit by a pitch 3 times. So 3-0 now the count to Grover. And that one in there for call, strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Grover. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. Fouled off there by Grover, as that will take the count to full now at 3-2. And we have a timeout by home plate umpire. Jacobs was about ready to toss that, but he did call timeout, so the count will stay full now at 3-2 to Micah Grover. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. That one misses high for ball 4. So we'll have a runner on at first base, and that is the 4th walk given up here early in the ball game. Now batting the catcher, number 19, Jet Forrest. So Jet Forrest now coming up to bat for the Great Bend BatCats. Forrest is batting .125 as he's appeared in 4 ball games. Has been up to bat 8 times, has 1 hit, has scored 3 runs, and 2 RBIs. The first pitch misses for ball 1. That one missing outside. As the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. First one must have been a strike. Sorry about that. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Forrest. That one misses for ball 2. 2-1 to count. Once again, Grover on at first base with no out here in the top half of the 2nd inning. 2-0 is the score in favor of Great Bend as they scored 2 runs in the top. There's a ball lifted into center field. That's going to fall in front of the center fielder, Trey Wingett. So Forrest records his first hit of this ball game. And now there is runners on at first and second. And that was Forrest's 2nd hit of the season. Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Brett Freiberg. So now batting will be the second baseman, number 3, Brett Freiberg. Freiberg batting .091 as he's appeared in 5 ball games, has been up to bat 11 times, and has 1 hit. That one misses high for ball 1. Boy, oh, Carson Jacobs really struggling here this evening as he's already walked 4 guys here. And only faced 8 batters. And here's Jacobs' pitch. That one fouled off there by Freiberg. So that will even up the count now to 1 ball, 1 strike. And Freiberg calls timeout as he heads down to third base to talk to their coach. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, Colonel Tim Mahler family, in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Also like to thank the team of Pate and Paul, attorneys at law. The pitching change sponsor is Ray Roofing. Or any double will be sponsored by Cobra Enterprise Store and Stuff and Realty Connections. Home run this evening will be sponsored by the John Odom and family. And then the great play of on the field or the player of the game is sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is tried. Freiberg tries to lay down a bunt, and that one's fouled off. So the count will now go to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brett Freiberg. who is playing second base this evening. Once again, runners on at first and second with no out here in the top half of the second inning. 2-0 the score in favor of the Great Bend BatCats. And Carson Jacobs ready. That one misses low. Good job there by Allen to stay in front of it. That takes the count now to 2-2. Freiberg is a left-handed batter, 5'10", 180 pounds. He's from Homer Glen, Illinois. Now here's the pitch. That one misses outside. And the count now goes full at 3-2. Three balls, no strikes now to Freiberg. That one fouled off by Freiberg, so the count will stay now at 3-2. Grover on at first base as he reached on a walk, and Forrest hit a ball out into center field for a base hit. So there's runners on at first and second, no outs. And here's the pitch. That one lifted to the first baseman, and that's going to be an error on the first baseman, Mason. And a run will score. They do have runners caught up between first base, as one run has scored now to make it 3-0. And they'll end up with runners on at first and second as Freiberg reached on an error by the first baseman. So Grover will score from second base, and ending up at third base will be Jet Forrest.
Now batting for the BatCats, center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers.
So Alex Rogers now coming in to bat here in the top half of the second inning. And pitching coach Mike Mandarino is out there talking to Carson Jacobs, trying to settle him down. Once again, there is runners on at first and third with no out here in the top half of the second inning. That one kind of took a funny bounce on Corey Mason, but he was right in front of it and just went off his chest glove area. Didn't attack it, and that you can't not let the ball play you. You've got to play the ball on a situation like that. So Alex Rogers is now the batter here in the bottom half of the second inning. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. A swing and a miss there by Rogers as the count goes to no balls and one strike. No outs here in the top half of the second inning. 3-0 is the score in favor of Great Bend. There is runners on at first and third. And Freiberg trying to get attention of Jacobs as he took about 3 to 4 jump stops there, and finally catcher Connor Allen saw that and just stepped off, as had Jacobs hold up. And now we go to first base, and he almost throws that one away. No balls, one strike now to Alex Rogers. And here's Jacobs' pitch. Swing and a miss there by Rogers as the count now goes no balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. That one hits Alex Rogers, so Rogers will now be on base. bases will be loaded now for the Great Bend BatCats. That is the fifth batter put on base by Jacobs. 4 of them walks and 1 as a hit batsman. That included with an error has given the Great Bend BatCats a 3-0 lead with the bases loaded and no outs.
Now batting the left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist.
Dylan Blomquist now the batter. He walked his first time up and got a base hit. As the count is 1 ball, no strikes. And here's the pitch. That one in the inside corner. That will even up the count now at 1-1. The Great Bend BatCats have 2 hits recorded. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball down into the ground. As the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Dylan Blomquist. We have Forrest on at third base. Freiberg on at second, and Rogers on at first. Fastball just misses inside, and that would take the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Carson Jacobs trying to get out of this inning as there is no outs. That one is ball 4, and that one gets away from the catcher. So a run will score from third base. Everybody moves up 1. So Forrest scores from third. Freiberg goes to third. Rogers goes to second. And another walk given up by Carson Jacobs. That's the second walk to Blomquist. We'll bring up the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres.
Now batting the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres.
So Torres, who struck out his first time up, is up. That one calls strike 1. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. 4-0 now the score in favor of the BatCats. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. Breaking ball in there for call strike 2. 2 hits has been recorded by Great Bend. There is 1 error by the Newton Rebels. No balls, 2 strikes, and here's Jacobs' pitch. Swing and a miss there by Torres, and he goes down swinging for the second time. That is the third strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs. So we have 1 down, and that will bring up the shortstop number 7, Zane Spinn.
Now batting the shortstop number 7, Zane Spinn.
So Zane Spinn now up at the plate, left-handed batter. Fastball misses for ball 1. Ben came into the ball game batting .313. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Spinn. As the count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, if you've all been following our little saga here on computer-wise, we were not able to download this program onto our new computer, so hopefully we get that done tomorrow. That one fouled off against by Spinn, and the count will end up 1 ball, 2 strikes. So you may see a little bit of buffing here this evening, and we do apologize about that. And also, our cameras decided not to work. I want to have 1 camera here this evening. So we're going to show you the ball field all night long. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. Calls strike 3 right across the knees as he goes down for out number 2. That is the 4th strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs and the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Noah Best.
So Noah Best now up for the Great Bend BatCats. And boy, it'd be great if Carson Jacobs can get out of this inning, just giving up 2 runs. That first pitch across the knees for call, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike now to Noah Best. Noah Best walked his first time up. Best so far is batting 1,000 as he's 2 for 2. Swing and a miss. That one into the dirt there by Connor Allen, able to chase it down. So the runners will not advance. As the count now goes to no balls, 2 strikes to Noah Best. Once again, we welcome all of you who are watching us here on YouTube. Don't forget to tell your family and friends that the Newton Rebels are on YouTube. Newton Rebel channel. Here's the pitch. That one lifted into center field. The center fielder, Trey Wingett, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the top half of the second inning, for the Great Bend BatCats, they score 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on base. At the end of 1.5, it is the Great Bend BatCats 4 and the Newton Rebels 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. Also am your PA announcer for the stadium here this evening. As we go to the bottom half of the second inning, the score 4-0 in favor of the Great Bend BatCats. Leading off for the Newton Rebels will be the left fielder number 20, Aiden Corrigan.
Now batting the left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan.
Corrigan comes in batting. 167 as he's appeared in 5 ball games. Has been up to bat 18 times and has 3 hits, has scored 3 runs, and has a total of 4 RBIs. First pitch to him is called strike 1. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. Left-handed batter is Corrigan. Swing and a miss there by Corrigan. 0-2 now, the count. The Rebels have 1 hit here in the ball game, and the Great Bend BatCats have 2 hits, but they have scored 4 runs. And here's Kim's pitch. That ball hits to the left-hand side. That's going to be a base hit there by Corrigan, as Corrigan records his first hit of the game, and that is the 4th hit of the season for Aiden Corrigan. So we'll have a runner on at first base, and that will bring up the center fielder number 14, Trey Wingett.
Now batting the center fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett.
So Trey Wingett now up, and Wingett comes in batting .083 here for the season, as he has appeared in 4 ball games, has been up to bat 12 times, has 1 hit, and has scored 2 runs. He does have a total of 2 base on balls. He's been hit twice, and he has struck out 8 times. So the count is no balls, 1 strike now to Trey Wingett. And Jung-Ju Kim, that ball lifted in over the shortstop's head. That's going to be another hit for the Newton Rebels. And there goes to third base will be Corrigan in safely. What a great job there by Aiden Corrigan as he rounded second base and never stopped. So now we'll have runners on at first and third with Wingett at first and Corrigan on at third base. Correction, Wingett on at first and Corrigan on at third base. And that will bring up the designated hitter number 18, Rylan Wallenford.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 18, Rylan Wallenford.
So a great job of running there by Corrigan and a base hit there by Wingett. Wallenford is DH in here this evening. There's a swing and a miss. There's that ball. Well, must have been fouled off there because it looks like it went off the catcher Force's leg. So the count will go to no balls, one strike. We have no outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Runners on at first and third. And Wallenford comes in batting .231 as he's appeared in 4 ball games, has been up the bat 13 times, has 3 hits. And looking for his first RBI of the season here this evening. No balls, one strike now to Wallenford. Corrigan on at third base, and Wingett on at first base. 4-0 the score. But the Newton Rebels are threatening as Cam goes over to first base, and in safely is Wingett. Wallenford ready and set here. Kim kind of taking his time there, so Wallenford wobbles a little bit. Breaking ball, that one lifted into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Nice job there by Rylan Wallenford, as that was a breaking ball that Wallenford just stuck his bat out there, seeing that the second baseman was going to second base to cover, and the Newton Rebels are on the scoreboard as Wallenford gets a base hit and an RBI. Moving over to third base on the play was Wingett, and that will be bringing up the catcher number 22, Connor Allen.
Now batting for the Rebels, catcher number 22, Connor Allen.
So that is 3 hits here this inning for the Newton Rebels, as their bats have come alive here in the bottom half of the second inning. They are down 4-1. But they do have runners on at first and third with no outs. There goes the runner to second base. Throw down to third base. They had him picked off, but the third baseman drops the ball. That was Noah Best. A great toss there by the catcher, Jeff Forrest. And Wingett was leaning towards home and had him picked off. But luckily, the third baseman, Best, drops the ball. So now we have runners on at second and third with no outs. And the count is no balls, one strike now to Connor Allen. A chance to get some RBIs. That fastball misses high for ball 1, and that will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Connor Allen comes into the ball game. Batting .077. As he's appeared in 5 ball games, has been up the bat 13 times. There's a swing and a miss there by Allen. And Allen has only recorded 1 hit here this season. He does have 1 RBI, but he does have ducks on the pond now. Here in the bottom half of the second inning. That one into the ground, misses for ball 2. That will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Connor Allen has a chance to get some hits and score some RBIs as we have no out with runners on at second and third here in the bottom half of the second inning. 4-1 is the score in favor of Great Bend. And Jung-Ju Kim ready for his pitch. That one misses outside, and that will take the count to full now at 3-2. Allen does have a total of One walk. That one called strike 3 right across the knees. And Allen goes down looking for the first out. So we have one down now. That will bring up the right fielder, number 0, Eli Hickman.
Now batting the right fielder, number 0, Eli Hickman.
So one down now. Here in the bottom half of the second inning. Boy, you just wish that these batters would understand they have to protect that plate. That first pitch in there for call strike 1. With 2 strikes. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike now to Eli Hickman. And Jung-Ju Kim ready to go. Breaking ball, that hit to the first baseman. The first baseman's only going to have 1 play as a run will score from third base. Moving over to third base will be Wallerford. Scoring from third will be Wingett. And Eli Hickman did exactly what he needed to do, was put the ball in play. And it is unassisted at first base for the second out, but a run does score. And that brings up the second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes.
So Justin Barnes now the batter, who grounded out to the shortstop. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. So the Newton Rebels have out-hit so far the Great Bend BatCats 4-2, but the score is 4-2 in favor of Great Bend. That one in there for call strike 1, as that evens up the count now at 1-1. Once again, Barnes came in batting .556 here in the ball game before this game started. And here's the pitch by Kim. Breaking ball right across the knees of Barnes, as the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have runner on at third base with 1 down. Correction, 2 down, my apologies. Here in the bottom half of the second inning. Here's Kim's pitch. That one called strike 3 right across the knees on the outside corner. So there's another looking third strike by Barnes. His first one, as Kim records his second strikeout of the ball game, and 2 big strikeouts there for Jung-Ju Kim as he gets out of the inning, but not before. The Newton Rebels scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, it is the Bobcats 4 and the Rebels 2, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the third inning. The score 4-2 in favor of Great Bend. Due up now for the Great Bend BatCats. Should be the right fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates.
Now batting the top half of the third inning for the BatCats, right fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates.
Kyle Gates struck out his first time at the plate as he made the third out in the first inning. First pitch is called ball 1, missing outside. As we are in the top half of the third inning. Swing and a miss there by Gates. That will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-2 the score in favor of the Great Bend BatCats. Check swing there by Gates, and they say no, he did not go. So that will take the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. That one hit hard into right field. The right fielder turns around and makes the catch. Well, I'm not sure exactly what the right fielder Eli Hickman was doing, but he might have been trying to get that sun out of his eyes. But he did a 360 and was able to make that catch on Kyle Gates. Nice catch here by Hickman. That's one out here now in the top half of the third inning. That brings up the first baseman number 34, Micah Grover. Now batting the first baseman number 34, Micah Grover. So Grover now is batting with one down. That was a line shot there to Hickman. He was able to, like I say, he turned to his right at the full 360. And when he turned around, the ball was there. And he made the catch for the first out. One ball, no strike now to Grover. That one misses inside for ball two. So the count now goes to 2 balls, no strikes, as we have one down here in the top half of the third inning. Once again, we welcome all of you that are joining us here this evening. That one fouled off there by Grover, as the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. You're watching Newton and Rebels baseball. 4-2 is the score in favor of Great Bend. This is game 1 of a 5-game series. Yeah, we play all teams a 5-game series, so we'll be in Great Bend tomorrow evening, and then we'll be back on home on Wednesday, and I believe they take a break on Thursday, and that one hits Grover. So Grover will now be on base as a hit batsman. That is the second hit batsman given up by Jacobs. And that is the second time Grover has been on base. First he had a walk, and now it hit batsman.
Now batting the catcher number 19, Jet Forrest.
Jet Forrest is now the batter for the Great Bend BatCats, as Grover is on at first base. We do have one down here in the top half of the third inning. Forrest reached on a base hit. That ball into the ground, then they're going to have they had him picked off in between, and instead of the catcher running out there towards the runner, he throws the ball to second base, and Grover goes back to first safely. That one a breaking ball in there for call strike 1. As the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Micah Grover was caught up in between first and second, but he stopped. That ball hit right field. That's going to fall in there for base hit in there in front of Hickman. There goes the throw down to third base, and they may have him at third base. They do a strike thrown there by Eli Hickman as Micah Grover is out at third base. What a throw there by Eli Hickman on one bounce to the third baseman. Forrest reaches first with his second hit of the ball game. So 2 down now, as we have a runner on at first base with 2 down. So a 9-5 put out for the second out, which he should have been out anyway on the pickoff throw. That one lifted into left field. That is second baseman number 3, Brett Freiberg. And the left fielder making the catch for the Newton Rebels was Aiden Corrigan. So an F7 for the third out. And the top half of the third inning for the BatCats, they score no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 2.5, it is the Great Bend BatCats 4 and the Newton Rebels 2, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels will be the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brotman. He'll be followed by the first baseman, number 3, Corey Mason. And in the hole will be third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. So Jung Ju Kim on his third inning of work, as he has given up 4 hits, 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors.
Leading off bottom half of the third inning for the Newton Rebels, shortstop number 1, Andrew Brotman.
So Andrew Brotman now batting here in the bottom half of the third inning. And once again, I apologize if you're listening to me doing the PA announcing also, but I have extra duties here this evening. And Drew Brotman will be the leadoff hitter here in the bottom half of the third inning. And it looks like the Buck Alley Pizza is now walking in the door. We're going to have a winner of that pizza. First pitch to him is called strike 1, as we have no outs, no balls, 1 strike now to Andrew Brotman. That pitch misses for ball 1, as count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball lifted foul, as the count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Andrew Brotman. Brotman reached on a hit to the right, or correction, a fly ball to right field, as he made the second out of the first inning, bottom half. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Brotman. Jung Ju Kim, the pitcher for the Great Bend BatCats. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high for ball 2. So the count will even up now at 2-2. Brotman came in batting .421 here in the ball game. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch by Kim. Breaking ball, that one lifted into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit by Brotman. That is the 5th hit recorded by the Newton Rebels. So Brotman is on with a base hit. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 1, correction, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason.
Now batting for the Rebels, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason.
Also forgot to announce there on the run scored at the play at the plate is sponsored by Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Your home team, always ready, always there. That was for the second inning when we scored 2 runs. Once again, we have extra duties here this evening, and if I do skip it, I'll try to go back and get it. So we have a runner on at first base with no outs. 4-2 is the score. Count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Mason. A swing and a miss there by Corey Mason, as that evens up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Corey Mason reached on a base hit his first time up. Mason came in batting .333. Only had 3 hits coming in and recorded his 4th hit of the season at 10 at bat. That one hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be a fair ball that gets away from the first baseman, Corey Mason, hustling down to second base, as he's going to be in with a base hit, and a run will score as Andrew Brotman comes all the way from first base to score, to make the score now 4-3. Ending up at second base will be Corey Mason. And I'm sure that's going to be an error by the first baseman, as that went off his chest. Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. So Nolan Riley now coming up to the plate, as there is a runner on at second base now. 4-3 is the score. And Jung Ju Kim now ready to go to work against Nolan Riley. No outs here in the bottom half of the third. breaking ball in there for call strike one as the count goes to no balls, one strike. Andrew Brotman scored clear from first base. As it looked like the first baseman was going to go unassisted on that for the out, and then it just got away from him. There's a breaking ball as the count goes to no balls and two strikes. Aiden Corrigan reached on a base hit his first time up, and he's up there with an 0-2 count. And now Kim ready to go to work here. And here's the pitch. Fastball lifted foul by Riley. Corey Mason on at second base with no outs. And one run has scored. Breaking ball, that ball hit into the gap there, right between the third baseman and the shortstop. So another run will score as the Newton Rebels record their fifth hit of the game. And an RBI there by Nolan Riley as he records his first hit of the ball game. That will bring up the left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan. All right, we're going to go ahead and give away pizza, so hang on here, please.
All right, fans, it is time to get your tickets out. It is now time to give away the free pizza, pepperoni pizza from Back Alley Pizza, located at 125 West 6th Street in Newton. Back Alley Pizzas is your place for amazing local made, what's that? Artisan? Sorry about that. Artisan pizza. That ticket number is 6930368. 6930368. Congratulations, you are the winner of the Back Alley Pizza. And we'd like to thank our sponsor, Back Alley Pizza. You can get that pizza right behind home plate. Once again, we thank Back Alley Pizza. Back Alley Pizza. Sorry about that.
Now batting the left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan. Aiden Corrigan now up at the plate with a runner on at first base. The score now tied up at 4 apiece. And that was Back Alley Pizza that somebody won. And I'm glad that they took that pizza away because it was smelling awful good. Count is no balls or 1 ball, no strikes. Now to Aiden Corrigan. Here's the pitch. That one misses inside for ball 2. So if you're ever in Newton, don't forget to go to Back Alley Pizza, 125 West 6th Street here in Newton, Kansas. Also the play of the plates here as 2 runs have scored now, courtesy of sponsored by Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the National Guard. That ball lifted into right field was Corrigan. A catch there by the right fielder, Gates, for out number 1.
Now batting for Newton, the center fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett.
So Trey Wingett now up at the plate for the Newton Rebels as there is a runner on at first base with 1 down. Score tied up at 4 apiece. As the Great Bend BatCats scored 2 runs in the first inning and 2 runs in the second inning. Then the Newton Rebels came back and scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the second inning to make it 4-2. And then now have scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the fourth to tie it up at 4 apiece. That one fouled off there by Wingett. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. And I apologize, we have 5 hits in the ball game by the Newton Rebels. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. 6 hits, I'm sorry. I was correct. That was correct. Count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. There's a hard hit ball there by Wingett. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So another hit there by the Newton Rebels. And that is the 2nd hit of the ball game for Trey Wingett. So now there'll be runners on at first and second. That is the 7th hit of the ball game for the Newton Rebels.
Now batting for Newton, the designated hitter number 18, Rylan Wallingford.
So Rylan Wallingford now comes up to the plate with runners on at first and second. And there is one down now here in the bottom half of the third inning. So far, Newton, that one fouled off or called strike one. Newton has scored 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. The Great Bend BatCats have scored 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Here's the pitch by Kim. That one just misses low as the count evens up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down here in the bottom half of the third inning. Riley is on at second base with an RBI and a base hit, and moved over to second on that base hit by Wingett. Swing and a miss there by Wallingford as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rylan Wallingford looking for his second hit of the ball game. Here's the pitch. That one breaking low for ball 2. So 2-2 now the count. And here's the pitch. That breaking ball misses low for ball 3. So the count will go full now at 3-2. We'll see if Coach Brett Clark has anything on. May not with 1 down. Runners on at first and second. And Jung Ju Kim ready to go, but then stepping out was Wallingford as Kim was taking a little bit longer to his liking. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for call, strike 3. And Wallingford takes that looking, and that is the second out of the inning. That is the 3rd time tonight that the Newton Rebels have looked at third strike here in the ball game. Brings up the catcher number 22, Connor Allen. Now batting the catcher number 22, Connor Allen. So Connor Allen would now come up to the plate as he struck out the first time up. That first pitch to him is called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike with 2 down now with the runners on at first and second. Kim has recorded 3 strikeouts here in the ball game, and all 3 strikeouts were third strike looking. 0-2 now the count to Connor Allen. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Connor Allen as he goes down for out number 3. Well, at least he went down swinging. That at least gives us a chance. But that is the 4th strikeout recorded by Jung Ju Kim here in the ball game, and the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Newton Rebels, they score 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3 innings of play, the score tied up at 4 apiece. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Due up for the Great Bend BatCats will be the leadoff hitter, the center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers, followed by Bonquist and Torres.
Due up for the Great Bend BatCats, center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers.
Rogers walked on his first time up, got a stolen base, and then scored a run. On a base hit there by Zane Spin as he got 2 RBIs. And then in the second inning, got hit by a pitch, and it was left stranded at second base. First pitch there by Carson Jacobs is low for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, no strikes now to Alex Rogers. And here's Jacobs' pitch. That one misses high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. And here's the pitch. That one in there for call strike 1 as that floats right across the knees of Alex Rogers. That one missing outside as the count now goes to 3 balls, no strikes down to Rogers. And Carson Jacobs ready to go. That one misses high for ball 4. And Carson Jacobs gives up another walk. And will bring up the left fielder, number 14, Dylan Blomquist.
Now batting the left fielder, number 14, Dylan Blomquist.
So Blomquist also has reached base both times that he has been up to the plate, and both of them have been walks. That one missing outside for ball 1. Runner on at first base with no outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. Boy, if Carson Jacobs just wouldn't walk anybody, he's got 7 base on balls and 2 hit batsmen. And otherwise, he's really pitching a decent game. He's getting a lot of support there from the bats as the Rebels have 7 hits here this evening. That one hitting the outside corner as the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. They did have 1 error that didn't help Jacobs up any. And here's the pitch. Looks like the runner may be taking off here. Yep, there he goes. And there goes down the throw down to second base. And Andrew Brotman makes the tag. Great toss there by catcher Connor Allen as he threw out Rogers. You could just tell that Rogers was just itching to go. And a 2-6 put out at second base for the first out. Nice throw there by Connor Allen. And a tag there by Andrew Brotman. As the count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now to Blomquist. And here's the pitch. That one hit hard down the right field line, but it's going to be foul as the count goes full now at 3-2. And here's the pitch. The swing and a miss there by Blomquist. And Allen's going to have to go to first base for the throw out and the strikeout. That is the 2nd out of the inning. And that is the 5th strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs. That will bring up the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres. Now batting the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres. So nobody on base here. Swing and a miss there by Torres as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike, 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. And here's the pitch. That one misses, a fastball misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Junior Torres. Torres has struck out twice here in the ball game. Once in the first and once in the second. And here's Carson Jacobs' pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Torres. And Allen's going to have to throw him out at first for another strikeout. That is the 3rd out of the inning. 6th strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs. So the top half of the fourth inning for the BatCats, they score no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, we have the score tied up at 4 apiece. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels, right fielder number 0, Eli Hickman.
Now batting the right fielder number 0, Eli Hickman.
So Eli Hickman up. He grounded out to the first baseman in the second inning as he made the second out of the inning. First pitch to Hickman, I believe was ball 1. Here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 2-0 now the count to Eli Hickman. Here's the pitch. That one in there for call, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Hickman. Hickman's the one right fielder that did that 360 catch out there as the ball was hit out to him, and he just moved to his right. That one in there right across the knees as the count now goes to 2-2. Not sure if that was planned or not, but it looked like he got fooled on it but just made that 360, and when he turned around, the ball just happened to be there. That ball hit hard to the right-hand side past the first baseman into the pitcher or the coach's box. And the count will stay. It is foul, so the count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, we welcome you all to the broadcast. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's the pitch by Kim. Ball hit hard down the first base line. That's going to be in for a base hit by Hickman. It may be extra bases as the right fielder now is hustling. Throws the ball down to second base, and in safely with a double is Eli Hickman. That double is brought to you by, sponsored by Cobra Enterprise, Store and Stuff, and Realty Connections. So that is the 8th hit of the ball game for the Newton Rebels.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes.
So Justin Barnes now the batter as Eli Hickman is standing at second base with no outs here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. A great job of base running also by Hickman as he hustled all the way down first base. I always told our players the way you make a double is not how fast you run from first to second, but how fast you run from home to first. And that's exactly what Eli Hickman did as he gets that double. And first pitch was ball 1. That one, I believe, is fouled off. An accidental swing there by Barnes. Must have just barely hit the bat or something because that got away from the catcher. And standing at second base still is Hickman. So the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike now to Justin Barnes. Barnes looking for his first hit this evening as he grounded down to the shortstop first time up. There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop backhands it, throws across his body, and that's going to get away from the first baseman. And coming around third base will be Eli Hickman. And Eli Hickman will end up at scoring from second base, and ended up at third base is Justin Barnes. And we're going to have an error there on the third baseman. That was a great, the shortstop made a great play to get to the ball, but threw across his body, and the first baseman could not even get to it. So Barnes is now standing at third base on the second error given up by Great Bend. Now batting the shortstop number 1, Andrew Brotman. So Brotman now coming to the plate. 5-4 now the score in favor of your Newton Rebels. First pitch taken by Blotman is called ball one. So Eli Hickman started off with a double. Also, that play at the plate or the score is sponsored by Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Your home team, always ready, always there. Count moves to 1 strike now to Andrew Brutman with a runner on third base and no outs. And the score is the Newton Rebels 5 and the Great Bend BatCats 4. Breaking ball, that ball lifted to right field. Right side, I should say. That's going to be foul, out of play, as the count goes to 1-2 strikes. To Andrew Brotman playing shortstop this evening for the Newton Rebels. So 8 hits here this evening so far for the Newton Rebels. There is 2 errors by Great Bend, and here's the play. Pitch, a swing and a miss there by Brotman, and Brotman goes down swinging for out number 1. That is the 5th strikeout given up or recorded by Kim, and we have 1 down, and that will bring up first baseman number 3, Corey Mason. Not batting for the Rebels, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason. So Corey Mason now up as he got a base hit in the first inning and was left stranded at first base. There's an error on the first baseman. That ball hit hard to the right-hand side. It's going to be foul as the count goes to 0 strike. Did end up scoring 1 run in the 3rd inning on a base hit by Nolan Riley. So the count, 0 strike, and here's the pitch by Kim. A swing and a miss there by Corey Mason, and the count will go now to 0-2. Once again, there is a runner on at third base with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 4th. As the Rebels have taken the lead here in the bottom half of the 4th, 5-4 now is the score. And here's the pitch by Kim. That ball is in the ground, but gets away from the catcher, but is able to make it stay within range. So Barnes will stay at third base, and the count goes to 1-2 strikes now to Corey Mason. With 1 down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. There has been 1 error here in this inning by the Great Bend. And here's Jungju Kim. Ball hit to the right-hand side. That should score a run as Justin Barnes comes in to score. Now takes the score to 6-4 in favor of your Newton Rebels. There is 2 down now here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Corey Mason did exactly what he needed to do. It is a unassisted at first base, but he does score an RBI. Not batting, the third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. So Nolan Riley now is the batter here for the Newton Rebels in the bottom half of the 4th. Breaking ball there by Kim is in there for call strike 1. As the count goes, 0 strike now to Riley. Here's Kent's pitch. That ball hits the left-hand side. Third baseman is going to be able to make the play. At best, goes to first for out number 3. So a 5-3 put out for the 3rd out. And not before the Newton Rebels score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runs, I should say, on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base. And at the end of 4 innings to play, it is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 4. By the way, that play at the plate or the score was sponsored by Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Your home team, always ready, always there. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the fifth inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. Due up now for the Great Bend BatCats will be the shortstop, number 7, Zane Spinn.
Leading off top half of the fifth inning for the BatCats, shortstop number 7, Zane Spinn.
So Zane Spinn will be coming up. He is 1 for 2 here this evening as he got a base hit his first time out, got thrown out at second base, and then struck out his second time as the count goes to no balls and one ball and no strikes. There's a call strike. That's why I got a little tongue-tied there, because I saw that pitch coming and I saw that it was a strike. So the count will even up now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses outside. So Carson Jacobs in his 5th inning of work. Last time Carson Jacobs, I believe, went 6 innings for the Newton Rebels. That one misses inside for ball to 3. 3-1 now the count to Zane Spinn. And there is walk number 7 given up by Carson Jacobs, as Zane Spinn will be on at first base.
Now batting the third baseman number 10, Noah Best.
So Noah Best now the batter for the BatCats. He walked his first time up, flew out to center field his second time. And he is up there now with runner on at first base and no outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Carson Jacobs ready to get to work. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, or fouled off, I should say, there by Best, as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Carson Jacobs has only given up 3 hits here in the ball game, but he has given up four runs, walked 7, hit 2, and has struck out 6 so far. And here's the pitch. That breaking ball there by Jacobs misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. That one in there for call strike, as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Noah Best. That one misses for ball 2. So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Best here in the top half of the 5th inning. On at first base is Zane Spinn as he reached on a base on balls. And here's the pitch by Jacobs. That one a check swing, and the runner goes to second base. Coming up is Allen with the toss, but not in time. And that was a strikeout by Jacobs for the 3rd out, or correction, the 1st out, and the 7th strikeout recorded by Carson Jacobs. The runner on at second base. Now batting the right fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates. Kyle Gates now the batter for the BatCats here in the top half of the 5th inning. 6-4 is the score if you just now join us, in favor of the Newton Rebels. That ball lifted into left field. Left fielder Corrigan gets under it, makes the catch for out number 2. So fly out to left field for the 2nd out. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 34, Micah Grover.
Now batting the first baseman number 34, Micah Grover.
Correction, we have a pinch hitter now. Looks like it's going to be number 33. My apologies. That's what happens when you got more than one job. Okay, 33 is Kane McGee.
Correction now pinch hitting for Great Bend. Number 33, Kane McGee.
So 33 now coming into the ball game. Get him in the books here. That one misses high for ball one. So the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd like to thank our scoreboard operator. She's doing a great job over there. Keep me on my toes. Runner on second base, swing and a miss there by McGee as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here in the top half of the 5th inning, 6-4 the score in favor of your Newton Rebels. And Carson Jacobs ready to go. That one just misses inside as the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Carson Jacobs ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one breaking ball outside. That one just kind of hung up there on Jacobs as the count goes full now at 3-2. There is a first base open, but you definitely don't want to put any more guys on in case somebody hits one over the fence. Breaking ball is fouled off there by McGee, who came in to pinch hit here for Grover here in the 5th inning. So the count stays full now to Kane McGee. And Carson Jacobs looking at the sign. Also taking a good, healthy look at second base, and here's the throw. That is, did not go there. Looked like McGee might have went, but they're going to say no, he didn't, so he's going to be on at first base with a walk. It is the 8th walk given up by Jacobs. That will bring up the catcher, number 19, Jet Forrest.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Jet Forrest.
So Jet Forrest now up at the plate with runners on at first and second and 2 down. That ball hit over into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. A run will score. It tosses over to third base. So looks like Spin will score from second base. Staying at second base or moving to second base is McGee. And Forrest records his 3rd hit of the ball game and the first RBI. As the score now goes to 6-5 and the 4th hit of the ball game for the Great Bend BatCats. And that may be it for Carson Jacobs as head coach Brett Clark comes out and congratulates him on a nice job. We'll try to get Jacobs' number here if possible. Not going to be able to do it. So he gave up 5 runs. I'll do it in my head here. 5 runs on 4 hits. As he went 4 2/3 innings. And let's see here. He had a total of 8 base on balls and a total of 7 strikeouts. Also had 2 hit batsmen. So that is it for Carson Jacobs, and we'll see who's coming in now. Looks like it's a left-handed thrower. It's going to be number 30. I think that's Maley. Take a look. Yes, it is Spencer Maley now coming in for the Newton Rebels. Left-handed thrower from Goddard, Kansas, a 6'5", 210-pounder. freshman out of Butler Community College. So number 30, Spencer Maley, is now on the mound for the Newton Rebels, with runners on at first and second and 2 down, and the score 6-5 in favor of the Newton Rebels. Here in the top half of the 5th inning, due up is the second baseman, number 3, Brett
Freiberg. Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Britt Freiberg.
So Brett Freiberg is up. He reached on an error to the first baseman in the second inning, then flew out to left field in the third inning as he made the third out. So Spencer Maley now on the mound for the Newton Rebels. Swing and a miss there by Freiberg. By the way, that pitching change is sponsored by Ray Roofing. They have you covered. We thank all our sponsors, especially the pitching coach, the change, Ray Roofing. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike now to Freiberg. That one lifted into the infield. Looks like catcher finally. Connor Allen finally makes the catch. Looks like Maley was going to get that, and then all of a sudden, here comes the catcher, Connor Allen, to make the catch for the third out. So a fly out to the catcher for the third out. Not before the Great Bend BatCats, they score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 4.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 5, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 5. Due up for Newton will be the left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan.
Now batting for the Rebels, bottom half of the 5th inning, left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan.
So Corrigan up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 here this evening. Corrigan came in batting 167. He got a base hit and scored a run in the second inning, and then flew out to right field in the third inning. First pitch to him is called ball 1, as we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It is Jung Ju Kim still out on the mound for Great Bend, and here's the pitch. That one in there for call strike 1, as the count will now go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Rebels have scored 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and the Great Bend BatCats have scored 5 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. That one misses for ball 2, so count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Check swing there by Corrigan, and umpire says yes, he did go, so the count will even up now at 2-2. We are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast this evening. Still having technical difficulties, and that one misses outside for ball 3. So count will go full now at 3-2. We're still having problems with our computers. And we apologize about that. We was hoping we'd get that taken care of today, but the techs with this program were not able to get it corrected. They're still working on it. That one fouled off by Corrigan. This computer here that we're using just not fast enough to process everything that we have going on. So full count now to Aiden Corrigan. And here's the pitch by Jung-Ju Kim. Ball hit to the third baseman, a broken bat, and looks like the third baseman's not going to be able to get to it. And that bat just splintered right off the hands. We're going to have a base hit. It's going to be a base hit there by Corrigan as he records his second hit of the game. That ball was just killed. It just died there as that was splintered off. Matter of fact, splintered so bad that they're throwing the ball out of play now. So it must have really chewed up that ball. Going to bring up the center fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett.
Now batting for the Rebels, center fielder number 14, Trey Wingett.
So that is the 9th hit recorded by the Newton Rebels. And a runner on at first base with no outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Good time for lay down a bunt here to try to move the runner over to get that run back that we lost in the top half of the 5th. That one fouled off there by Wingett as the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. Third baseman playing about 4 steps back of the infield, the grass area. This grass has been awful thick all summer long, so it does die real fast if you can lay one down here. That breaking ball misses inside for ball 1 as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Trey Wingett. Corrigan started off the bottom half of the 5th inning with a base hit as the ball went off the bat and broke the bat, and it ended up getting to the third baseman, but he was not able to make a play on it. That one, breaking ball, that gets away from the catcher. Moving over to second base will be Aiden Corrigan. Will now be at second base. And the count goes to, I believe it's 2 balls. We'll see what the umpire says. I'm not sure if he swung at that one or not. It is counted as a strike, so the count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Trey Wingett now up at the plate. And here's the pitch by Kim. Swing and a miss there by Wingett as he goes down swinging for out number 1. That is the first out of the inning. And that is the 6th strikeout recorded by Jung-Ju Kim. That brings up the designated hitter number 18, Rylan Wallenford.
Now batting for the Rebels, designated hitter number 18, Rylan Wallenford.
So the count, there is a runner on at second base with 1 down. That ball lifted into left field. Left fielder getting under it, making the catch for out number 2. So 1 swing there by Wallenford. And now we have 2 down here in the inning. That will bring up the catcher number 22, Connor Allen.
Now batting the catcher number 22, Connor Allen.
So runner on at second base with 2 down now here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Six to 5 is the score in favor of your Newton Rebels. That one misses high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now to Connor Allen. That one in there for call strike. So the count will even up now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rebels are threatening again as they have a runner on at second base. That is Corrigan. He got a single. Swing and a miss there by Allen as the count now goes to 1-2 strikes. Moved over to second base on a pass ball there by the catcher. So 1-2 is the count. And Jung Ju Kim hits the ball down the left field line and foul. That is Allen. That Jung Ju Kim in his 5th inning of work.
When they're asking for something, that means the reason they're asking is that it something hiccup when it was sent to the print. That's what that means. A couple times I've accidentally hit that.
1-2 strikes now. And here's the pitch. Fouled off there by Connor Allen. Nice job there by Allen protecting that plate as that one was on the outside corner. He did foul it off, so the count stays at 1-2. Still a runner on the second base with 2 down. Low base here may extend the lead there for Newton. We'll see what Allen can do. He has struck out twice this ball game. Struck out in the second and struck out in the 3rd inning. One was looking and one was swinging away. So 1-2 now the count, and here's Kim's pitch. That one in there for strike 3, and Allen goes down looking once again for the 3rd out. So we have bottom half of the 5th inning for the Rebels. They score no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5 innings of play, it is Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 5. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. As we go to the top half of the 6th inning, the score is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 5. Due up for the BatCats will be the center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers. He'll be followed by Bloomquist and then Torres in the hole. And Spencer Maley is in for his 2nd inning of work here now for the Newton Rebels. So due up is Rogers. Great Bend scored 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and then Newton Rebels came back and scored 2 runs in the second to make it 4-2. Then they scored 2 runs in the third to tie the ball game up at 4 apiece. Then the Rebels scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning to make it 6-4. Then the Great Bend BatCats scored 1 run in the top half of the 5th to make it 6-5, and that's where we stand at now. We're ready to go here in the top half of the 6th inning. Due up, center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers.
Now batting for the BatCats, center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers.
So Alex Rogers now up at the plate. He walked twice and got hit by a pitch. He did score a run in the 1st inning on a base hit by Zane Spinn. So Spencer Maley ready to go to work against Great Bend. And here's the pitch. Maley's pitch misses inside. As the count goes, 1-0 strikes. Here's the pitch by Maley. That one lifted to the right-hand side. It's going to be out of play. And foul territory, and that will even up the count now at 1-1. Once again, the Great Bend BatCats has scored 5 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. Your Newton Rebels have scored 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And here's Maley's pitch. Breaking ball just misses as the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. He took something off that pitch there, Maley did, but just misses outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Now to that one hits it into center field. Center fielder Wingett backing up, making the catch over his head for the out. A great job there by center fielder Trey Wingett. That play out in the field, the great play out in the field, is sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. So we do have 1 down. Now batting left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist. Now batting for the BatCats will be the left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist. 1 down here in the top half of the 6th. And here's Maley's pitch. Called strike 1 as that hits the inside corner. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike now to Dylan Blomquist. Spencer Maley ready to go to work, and that one breaking in there misses for ball 1. As the count will even up now to 1 ball, 1 strike. Try to get you some pitching numbers on Maley. Because he has pitched this. That ball lifted into left field. Left fielder moving to his right. What a great job there by left fielder Aiden Corrigan as he makes the catch for out number 2. He had to go a long ways to make that catch, but he was able to get to it, and now we have 2 down. That brings up the designated hitter number 26, Junior Torres. Now pinch hitting for Great Bend will be number 15, Nico Bombach. Now pinch hitting now for the Bobcats is Bombach. Number 15 in for number 26. Bombach, Nico. First pitch to him is called strike 1. As we have 2 down here in the 6th inning. Top half, 6-5 the score. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Bombach. As the count now goes, no balls, 2 strikes. Spencer Maley in on his 2nd inning of relief. And I was going to give you some numbers on Maley here. Let me find them. That one fouled off to the right-hand side. Maley has appeared in 2 ball games, has gone 4 2/3 innings, has given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 base on balls, has recorded 5 strikeouts, 1 double, and he is 0-0 on wins and losses. So that's what he has done so far for us this season. That one misses inside as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Nico Bombach, now pinch hitting for Junior Torres. Here in the top half of the 6th inning, as the Newton Rebels have a 6-5 lead, and here is the pitch. That one going to the shortstop, and shortstop Brotman is not able to get to it as he tried to sidearm that or catch it to his side instead of in front of himself, and that's going to be an error by Andrew Brotman. That's going to bring up the shortstop number 7, Zane Spin.
Now batting, the shortstop number 7, Zane Spin.
Brotman looked like he was going to have an easy play, but he kind of went around it a funny way. He tried to side swipe that one with his glove, and it bounced up on his heel and was not able to maintain the ball. So he ends up getting an error. Don't know why he didn't just charge that head on because looked like it was going to be an easy out there for Brotman. Count is 1 ball, no strikes now. And that one is hit past the first baseman for a base hit there by Zane Spin as he records his second hit of the ball game. Stopping at second base will be Nico Bombach. And that will bring up, that is the 5th hit given now for the Great Bend BatCats. That will bring up number 10, third baseman number 10, Noah Best. Now batting the third baseman number 10, Noah Best. So Noah Best up there now with runners on at first and second and 2 down. Another error there by Newton. That makes 2. And here's the pitch by Maley. That ball hit to the second baseman. Able to come up with it. That's Barnes. Goes to first for out number 3. So a 4-3 put out for the third out. And the top half of the 6th inning for the Great Bend. They scored no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. At the end of 5 1/2, it is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend BatCats 5. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score 6-5 in favor of your Newton Rebels. Due up for the Rebels will be Hickman, followed by Barnes and Brotman. As the Newton Rebels have a 6-5 lead, going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still pitching for the Great Bend is Jong-Ju Kim as he starts his 6th inning of work.
Now batting for the Rebels, right fielder number 0, Eli Hickman.
So Eli Hickman now due up for the Newton Rebels. Hickman is 1 for 2 here this evening as he grounded out to the first baseman his first time up in the 2nd inning. They get a double in the 2nd inning and scored a run on an RBI by Corey Mason. That ball hit to center field, between right and center field. That one falls in for a base hit, and Eli Hickman records his 2nd hit of the ball game. So that is the 10th hit by the Newton Rebels. There'll be a runner on at first base. And now due up is second baseman number 7, Justin Barnes. Now batting for the Rebels, second baseman number 7, Justin Barnes. So Barnes is up there now with a runner on at first base here in the bottom half of the 6th inning as the Rebels have a 6-5 lead, and we'll see what Barnes does here. I was going to say he may bunt there. There is a strike there right across the knees for strike 1. The reason I say that is Barnes is pretty fast on the base path, and with a runner on at first base, even if he doesn't get to run it out, he may move Hickman over to in scoring position. So the count, no balls, 1 strike. Now to Barnes to throw over to first base. Hickman in safely. Jong-Ju Kim trying to keep Hickman on close at first base. Third baseman still playing in the dirt area. Off the infield. Ball down into the ground as the count will now even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. In other words, he's not really playing the bunt. Now he moves in on the grass area as I speak. As the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Justin Barnes. Need to get guys in scoring position, that's for sure. And here is the pitch. Bunt is fouled off there by Barnes. So the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. He tried to lay that down to the first base side, and going was Hickman. but it is foul. So Hickman goes back to first base, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Justin Barnes. So Jung Ju Kim now ready to go to work. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, and that one is fouled off there by Barnes. And Hickman was going, so he'll be moving back to first base. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a breaking ball there by Jung Ju Kim. And Justin Barnes did a great job of keeping his hands back and made contact with it. Got a piece of it. Fastball swung and a miss there by Barnes as he goes down swinging for out number 1. And that is the 8th strikeout recorded by Jung Ju Kim. That will bring up the shortstop number 1, Andrew Brotman.
Now batting for the Rebels, shortstop number 1, Andrew Brotman.
So Andrew Brotman now up at the plate with Eli Hickman at first base and 1 down. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And here's Kim's pitch. That one a swing and a miss there by Brotman as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Eli Hickman reached on a base hit. And there goes Hickman to second base. That gets away from the catcher. That's just as good as a bunt. So now there will be on a man on at second base. And the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball was low, and catcher could not maintain it as it rolled out in front of him. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Andrew Brotman. With Eli Hickman now at second base and 1 down. And here's the pitch to Brotman. That one low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Brotman. Brotman playing shortstop here this evening for your Newton Rebels. We need some insurance runs here by the Rebels. This be a good time to get one. Here's a pitch, breaking ball up high for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now to Andrew Brotman. Brotman hit 4 home runs this last time playing for college here, and also hit for the cycle, so he does have some power. He does have 1 home run here this year. That ball lifted foul to the right-hand side. So the count goes full now at 3-2 to Andrew Brotman. Brotman came in batting .421. Like I say, he does have 1 home run, 3 RBIs. And here is Jung Ju Kim. He steps off. Looks like he was ready to go, then stepped off. It is a full count with a runner on at second base and 1 down. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, 6-5 to score in favor of your Newton Rebels. There's the pitch. That one is fouled off there by Brotman. Good job of hanging in there, protecting that plate, because that looked just a tad low, but it was close enough to make sure that you protect that plate. He did foul it off, so the count stays full at 3-2. That could have been right across the knees there, so good job there by Brotman protecting that plate. And here is King. That one misses for ball 4. So Andrew Brotman will be on at first base. And a nice job there by Andrew Brotman taking ball 4. That will bring up the first baseman number 3, Corey Mason.
Nominee for the Rebels, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason.
So Corey Mason now up. Brotman is on at first base with a walk, and Eli Hickman on at second base. 1 down. Here's the pitch now to Mason, in there for call strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike now to Mason. Mason had a base hit in the first inning, was left stranded at first base, reached on an error to the first baseman and scored a run, and then grounded out to the first baseman for an out. Count will even up now at 1-1 to Corey Mason. And here's the pitch. That one down, and it's going to get away from the catcher, and both runners will advance. And moving over to third base is Hickman. Over to second base will be Brutman, as that was down into the ground, and catcher was not able to stay in front of it. And the count goes to 2-1. And now the catcher for the BatCats, Jeff Forrest, goes out to talk to Jungju Kim. Once again, there is now runners at second and third with one down, as the Rebels have runners on at second and third. And here's the pitch by Kim. That one lifted into right field correction. Right fielder getting under it as Gates tagging up from third base. Here comes Hickman, and he's going to score as the ball gets away from him. Now they got Brotman hung up between home and third. They do tag him out, but not before a run scores as Eli Hickman. Corey Mason flies out to right fielder for the second out. We'll get an RBI as Eli Hickman tagged up and came at home. That takes the score now to 7-5 in favor of your Newton Rebels. So the bottom half of the sixth inning for the Newton Rebels, they score one run on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. So at the end of 6, it is the Newton Rebels 7 and the Great Bend BatCats 5, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Due up for the Great Bend BatCats will be the right fielder number 17, Kyle Gates. Once again, the score is 7-5 in favor of your Rebels. And Spencer Maley starting his 3rd inning of work here for the Rebels. Due up for the BatCats is Gates, followed by McGee and Forrest.
Leading off top half of the 7th inning for Great Bend, right fielder number 17, Kyle Gates.
So Kyle Gates now coming to the plate. He is 0 for 3 here this inning, as he struck out in the 1st inning, making the 3rd out. Flew out to right field in the 3rd inning, making the 1st out, and then flew out to center field, making the 2nd out in the 5th inning. So Gates now batting. Maley still pitching. And here's the toss. That one misses for ball 1. By the way, on that last inning, that run scored. That play at the plate was sponsored by Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Your home team, always ready, always there. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Gates. And that will even up the count now at 1-1. Top half of the 7th inning. Rebels up 7-5 over the Great Bend BatCats. Once again, our game tomorrow will be out of Great Bend, Kansas, as the Rebels travel there. About an hour or so away from Newton. And then we'll be back home on Wednesday evening here in Newton take the day off on Thursday, I believe, and then go back to Great Bend on Friday. So the count is 2 balls, 1 strike now to Gates. And here's the pitch by Melee. A swing and a miss there by Gates, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, we thank you all very much for sponsoring us. Also like to thank all the host families that sponsor the players. Couldn't do it without you. That one misses outside for ball 3. So it's his full count now to Kyle Gates, right fielder for Great Bend. Once again, we'd like to thank all our sponsors and also all the host families. It is so important to have those sponsors and the host families to make this work here for the Newton community. So full count now to Kyle Gates. And then here's the pitch by Melee. That one misses high for ball 4. And I thought yeah, it is right. So that runner will be on at first base here in the top half of the 7th inning. And that will bring up first baseman number 33, Kane McGee.
Now batting the first baseman number 33, Kane McGee.
McGee reached on the base on balls his first time up. And Melee goes over to first base. In safely is Gates, as he was not attempting to go. So far, the Great Bend BatCats have scored 5 runs. A swing and a miss there by McGee. That will take the count now to no balls, 1 strike. The BatCats have scored 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. And the Newton Rebels have scored 7 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. So here's the throw over to first base once again. And Melee is up on the count. No balls, 1 strike now to McGee. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by McGee, as that now takes the count to 0-2. See if Coach Roger Ward has any plays on here, as Melee is really worried about Gates here at first base. Stared him down pretty good there the last time. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball stays up high for ball 1. As the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Kane McGee, who came in to pinch hit in the 5th inning for the BatCats. And here's Melee goes to first base once again. Already standing at first base with Gates, as he saw that move and headed back to first quickly. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that lifted into right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Center fielder coming up, wing it. But moving over to third base is Kyle Gates, as Kane McGee gets his first hit of the ball game. And now they'll have runners on at first and third. That one there, Melee hung up for McGee, and he just went with the pitch. They'll bring up the catcher number 19, Jet Forrest. Now batting catcher number 19, Jet Forrest. So Jet Forrest now coming up, who is 3 for 3, correction. That may be it for Melee, as Forrest is a right-handed batter. And not able to see the bullpen out in left field. We'll see what head coach Brett Clark has to say, or is that the pitching coach? I can't tell. It is pitching coach. Mike Madarino is talking to Melee. And they are going to keep Melee out there. And we're joined by General Manager Mark Cavala. Mark, we welcome you to the broadcast.
Well, hey, Frank, it's good to see you again. I know you've been pretty busy, and I've been busy doing that GM duties, running around, but everything's kind of under control now, and sit back and we can watch a good ball game.
Yep, 7-5 is the score with the Great Bend BatCats now have a runner on at third base and at first with no outs. And Jet Forrest is the batter. And here's the pitch by Maley. That one in there for call strike one. As the count goes, no balls, one strike with no outs here in the top half of the seventh inning. Well, I know you've been real busy here tonight. I've seen you come in a time or two off from the press box, but those general manager duties are never done, are they?
It's always going. You know, you got to make sure everything. We're checking the gate, the concessions, everything else. We got the promotions.
That's fouled off there by Jet Force. People don't understand what it takes to produce a ball game on the field here.
Right.
And being a little short staffed with just one
With the
intern,
yeah,
kind of makes it tough.
And Mariah, she does a great job. She's been running around like crazy, so she's doing a great job, though.
That one hit into center field, short center field. Actually, it's the shortstop backing up. Andrew Brotman gets under it, makes the catch for out number 1. Sorry about that.
I was going to tell Frank, and you might want to, since you're doing the double thing with the PA, let you go ahead and make your announcement here.
Nominee, second baseman number 3, Brett Freiberg.
And what's great is Steve Malley, won the 50-50, and he donated it back to the Rebels.
Well, good. Congratulations,
So
Steve Maley. Apparently won the 50-50 and donated it right back to the Newton Rebels. What a great gesture by Mr. Maley. I'm sure that's Spencer's relative.
Yep, that's his dad.
His dad, okay. Well, we thank him very much. That breaking ball misses high. As the count goes, 1 ball, no strikes. And let me get the out here, as that was a fly out to shortstop for the first out. Still runners on at first and third with 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. A good ball game here so far, Carv, as the Rebels have scored 7 runs on 10 hits. If you haven't had a chance to witness any of the ball game, here's the pitch by Maley. That one in there for call strike, right across the knees, as the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the one thing I did notice, it's like, I think out of the 5 runs, 4 of them are by walks. It's still something that the pitching staff for the Rebels need to, be challenged.
That ball hit to the first baseman. First base comes up and goes to Brotman at second base, goes to first for the double play, and they're going to say he's safe. A run does score from third base. That's Gates, and now the score is 7-6. But a good job there by the first baseman to come up with the ball. Corey Mason, and then he goes to Brotman covering for out number 2. That brings up the center fielder, number 4, Alex Rogers.
Yeah, that was a good play. I mean, right there, just right there at the break, Malley broke a little late, maybe, possibly, and I don't think he touched the bag. He was right around the bag, and it was a pretty good call by the umpire.
And that's going to be it for Spencer Maley, coming in working 2 1/3 innings. That is, well, actually 2 innings, because he came in 4 2/3. Jacobs went, so he got 1/3 there, and then 1 full inning, and he got 2/3 here. So 2 full innings of work there for Spencer Maley.
Yeah, I mean, and again, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the runs, 5 of the 6 are off walks. And like I said, once we start getting a little more cleaner, I think things are really going to change. We're seeing it. Well, I mean, we already had 10 hits out there and 7 runs, which is pretty good. I mean, if you could score 7 runs usually in a ball game, you should win it. Yeah,
well, Carson Jacobs ended up he went 4 2/3, gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, 8 base on balls, and he had a total of 7 strikeouts.
Right, yeah.
So
I mean,
it kind of evened up there, but you just can't put that many guys on base, So let's see who's coming in to pitch. That's going to be, looks like Gillick, number 34, coming in to pitch. Zach Gillick.
Yeah, and we all know about Zach Gillick.
Yep, and I'll try to give you some.
Sophomore from Pratt They from Valley Center. Just finished up at Pratt Community College.
Zach Gillick is a 6'2", 205-pounder, and you've already gave some of his vitals there. And no internet, so how can I get some?
And he's a third-year Rebel, and we see him in many of these situations, Frank. And he's one of the he does a tremendous job coming into that bullpen, and you know how he is. You always describe him as kind of that bulldog kind of guy.
Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Brett Freiberg. Brett Freiberg now is now batting with a runner on at first base. Correction, that's Alex Rogers.
Correction, now batting center fielder number 4, Alex Rogers.
Yeah, right now with 2 outs, like I said, we talked about that probably every game, and I'd rather not see a pitcher sitting there trying to pick off a guy with a 1-run lead, especially, or a tie game or anything like that. You have 2 outs trying to pick off the guy. I'd rather see him just step off, just look at him, let him know you're there, because if you throw that ball away, he's in scoring position.
Yep, that's true. We got 2 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. 7-6 the score. There's a breaking ball there by Gillick, and a throw down to first base.
Whoa.
And boy, they thought they had him there, but in safely is Freiberg. Freiberg reached on that fielder's choice as the play went 3-6 at second base for the force out. McGee was out. Freiberg on at first base.
Yeah, Connor Allen, he's not afraid to throw the ball around at every base. He'll do that.
Well, that was a good toss there by Connor Allen, and here's the throw by Gillick. That one misses outside as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Alex Rogers, the leadoff hitter for the Great Bend BatCats. There's another throw to first base, and that's exactly what we were talking about. As that ball gets away from the first baseman, that was a bad throw by Gillick. A runner going to third base, and he's going to be standing at third base now with the tying run at third base. Now another error there by Gillick, as that one was not anywhere close to being to the first baseman. It was in the ground.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's one thing that we talked about.
Yep, exactly what we were just talking about. Why throw over there? You got 2 down. But we do it, and that's just the way it happens. So now there is a runner on at third base with 2 down, and the score 7-6. 2-1 is the count.
And what's crazy about that's the first time we've seen Zach Gillick probably throw the ball away. He's always very accurate over there, and we talked about that, I think, yesterday or a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we didn't play yesterday, so it was a couple of days ago. There's a fastball there by Gillick as he evens up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, there is a runner on at third base with 2 down, and the score 7-6 now. And here is Zach Gillick's pitch. 2-2 count. Fastball misses outside for ball 3. And that will take the count full now at 3-2.
And you got to realize with Zach, I mean, we expect a lot out of him, but he's also pitched quite a bit this week.
Zach Gillick now ready to go on a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Rogers. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. The first strikeout recorded by Zach Gillick. But not before the Great Bend BatCats. They score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 7 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. And we'll be right back.
It should be Riley facing Riley.
We welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by Mark Cavallo, General Manager, as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels, third baseman number 23, Nolan Riley. And now pitching will be number 11, Diego Escobedo. Escobedo now on the mound for the BatCats. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, Mexico City, Mexico, 6 foot, 200 pounds, a lefty.
We are in the bottom half of the 7th inning. First pitch by Escobedo, misses for ball 1.
It's good. I'll tell you what's nice, Frank, is to have a lead. Have a lead in the game.
Here's the pitch by Escobedo in there for call strike. As the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Nolan Riley.
Because I know in our league games, it's we've been playing from behind quite a bit, and it's good to see. Now we just need to hold them and keep executing a run here, run 1 or 2 there, and finish this thing up.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Riley. Here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Newton Rebels up 7-6. If you're just now joining us, if you're not just now joining us, we hope you have enjoyed the broadcast and the way our Rebels are playing. That one misses outside for ball 3.
And I was going to say, Frank, one thing about Riley, like I say, he played for us last year, and great eye, very good patience. He's going to make the pitcher work. And I wish, maybe more hitters would watch what he does, because he definitely has an approach that we talk about.
So 3-1 pitch, and here's the pitch. That one down low for ball 4. So now the Newton Rebels have a runner on at first base as Riley reaches on a base on ball, and that will bring up the left fielder, number 20, Aiden Corrigan. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 10, and that will be
Ricky
Hockett. Attention fans, now pinch hitting for Newton, number 10, Ricky Hockett.
And this is a situation, Frank, that we were talking about execution.
So Ricky Hockett now will be coming in to pinch hit for the Newton Rebels. He squares around the bunt and pulls back, and that one's outside for ball 1.
No, and that's a good job right there. If it's not a strike, especially high strike, you don't go for it. If you do bunt it, it's probably going to be a pop up in the air. Bunt strikes.
That one is bunted and is fouled up there by Hockett. And it is an out. That went right back to the catcher. That was not well executed there by Hockett. And we have 1 down now, as not able to move the runner up. So 1 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
And he does like a lot of hitters do. They drop that barrel.
Now batting the center fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett. So Trey Wingett now coming up to the plate for the Newton Rebels with a runner on at first base. And tried to bunt him over, but not able to produce there. That one misses outside. There goes the runner as the ball gets away from the catcher. There'll be a runner on at second base. That's just as good as the bunt.
Oh, yeah. And now that changes his approach right in there with Trey. It's the base hit, possible score.
So we are in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 7-6 is the score in favor of your Newton Rebels. We have a runner on at second base. That is Nolan Riley with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 7th. And Trey Wingett up at the plate. He is 2 for 3 here this evening, has 2 base hits, and that one breaks in there for call strike 1. And that evens up the count now at 1-1. Wingett has two hits.
2 hits, that's what I was about to say. It's good to see him making some adjustments, because I know he was struggling with that bad outs and how, the weight of it. Ball high.
Ball high. That count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike now.
Yeah, that was a close one right there, but
the 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Trey Hockett here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. They're up by 1, 7-6. That one hit to the right-hand side. That first baseman's only got 1 play, and I'm not sure whether he's going to get there in time or not. They are going to call him out.
Wow.
As the Escobedo had to hustle over to first base there. Didn't take off very quickly, but then, boy, he saw Wingett huffing it down first base, and all of a sudden he put it in second gear. Moving to third base will be Riley. So a 3-1 put out for the second out. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 18. No, this is not number 18. This is the pinch hitter. For Newton, I think it's 27. Connor Swink.
Connor Swink.
That ball hit to the right-hand side. That may fall foul. Attention fans, pinch hitting now for Newton, number 27, Connor Swink.
You know, that winged play right there at first base, that'd be, in the major leagues, we'd probably do a replay of that just to look at that and see. But, you know, the pitcher did a great job getting over there and athletic to get there and the timing of that.
0-1 now the count to Connor Swink, who's pinch hitting, and a swing and a miss there. The ball gets away, not sure exactly what it's going to be, and another run scores. And coming in from third base is Nolan Riley. So the score now 8-6 in favor of your Newton Rebels. That ball, catcher just had no clue where the ball was at. He almost spun around in a circle looking for it, and finally he saw it to the left, but by that time, Nolan Riley was in scoring the run to make it 8-6 now here in the bottom half of the seventh inning.
It was great reaction there by Riley.
The ball hit hard down the third base side. The count will stay now at no balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, because he's got to make a decision real quick right there. And again, like I said, he's probably one guy that has one of the highest baseball IQ that I've been around, and he knows the game.
So the count is now no balls, 2 strikes with 2 down now. That one missing for ball 1.
Yep, another broken bat.
Broken bat there by Swing.
And another beautiful night, Frank. I mean, I was out there, out on our balcony, the GM balcony, you know, Frank, but just sitting there and watching. Beautiful night.
So here comes Escobedo's pitch. That one misses outside for ball 2. So the count will go now to 2 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Swink, who is pinch hitting now for your Newton Rebels. Nobody on base with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 8-6 is the score in favor of your Newton Rebels.
Yeah, that was a much needed run.
Here's the pitch by Escobedo, missing outside for ball 3. Full count now.
You know, Frank, and baseball is such a game where it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't have to be hits, walks, whatever it takes to score. Whatever it takes to have your team touch that home plate more than the other team.
Well, that's why it was very important that the runner moved over to third base on that 3-1 play, because you never know what could happen, and that's exactly what happened. It got away from the catcher, and we score a run, gives another run cushion. And here's the pitch by Escobedo. That one a swing and a miss there by Connor Swink as he goes down swinging, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Bottom half of the 7th inning for the Newton Rebels. They score 1 run on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 7 innings of play, Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by Mike Carvala, our general manager, as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 6 and the Great Bend Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. Due up for Great Bend, left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist. Left fielder number 14, Dylan Blomquist. So Blomquist coming up. We'll bring up, he walked twice, scored once, struck out in the 4th, and then he flew out to center field. First pitch there by Zach Gillick is called strike 1 as the count now goes to no balls, 1 strike to Blomquist.
You know, Frank, I was looking at this. This game is typical of what you're going to see in the Sunflower League. Battling like this, going back and forth. We'll be seeing a lot of this summer.
Fastball there by Gillick, misses inside as the count now goes to 1 strike now to Dylan Blomquist. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. That one hit in the outside corner. Great fastball there by Gillick as he hits that outside corner. And the count now goes to 1 strikes.
And I'm interested in Gillick. Like I said, he's been throwing a lot.
Here's Gillick's pitch. That one lifted into left field.
Line
third
drive.
baseman, line drive to the third baseman. Great job there by third baseman Nolan Riley. And he makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, right now I don't think Gillick has his ace stuff right there, but he's going to get by with what he has because he's smart.
Brings up the designated hitter number 15, Nico Baumbach. Now batting the designated hitter number 15, Nico Baumbach. There is one down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Breaking ball there by Gillick, just misses for ball 1.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think he has his breaking stuff right now, but it doesn't mean that it won't come on here any second, any pitch.
So Zach Gillick's second pitch to Baumbach. That one hit to the third baseman. Nice stop there by Nolan Riley. Goes to first base, and a toss for 5-3 is the put out for that second out of the inning. Nice job there by Riley as he went down to his knees there.
No, that's Riley though, man. Like I said, he's just steady. I mean, you know, the way I look at it, he's just a steady performer.
Now batting the shortstop number 7, Zane Spin. So Zane Spin now coming up to the plate here for the Great Bend BatCats, as we are 2 down now here in the top half of the 8th inning. Breaking ball there by Gillick, misses outside for ball 1.
And the thing about Riley, he can play any position in the infield. He actually can. You know, he's very steady. Just the guy that just makes the plays, Frank, and the guys that you like.
So 1 ball, no strike now to Spin. Spin is 2 for 3 here this evening as he got a base hit in the first inning, base hit in the 6th, walked in the 5th inning, and struck out in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. That one in there for call strikes, so the count will now go to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And another thing, if you notice, Gillick throws strikes, and when he does that, look at the defense behind him. They make plays.
Well, the reason is because he throws low strikes. There's a breaking ball in there by Gillick for strike 3. And that is the second strikeout recorded by Zach Gillick as he came in the 7th inning for the 3rd out. So the top half of the 8th inning for the Great Bend BatCats. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 7.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. Number 11 still coming in, Escobedo for the Great Bend. Due up now is the catcher number 22, Connor Allen. Now batting for the Newton Rebels in the bottom half of the 8th inning, catcher number 22, Connor Allen.
One thing, you know, as a coach, Frank, I'm always dissecting. You look at 1, 2, 3, 4 innings. Leadoff guy got on for the Rebels, and they scored 4 of the runs.
First pitch is called strike 1 there to Connor Allen. as we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Rebels up 8-6, and that pitch misses outside for ball 1.
So anyway, that shows the importance of that leadoff hitter. If he can get on base, good things happen. And I'm sure they had pretty much the same, right, Frank? I mean, leadoff. Yeah. So, I mean, that's been the key to this game for both teams.
Well, we've gotten hits tonight and scored the runs when we needed them. That one hit hard into right field. That's going to be out of play as the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Connor Allen.
Yeah, it'd definitely be nice for the team to hold on to this. And like I said, just you don't want to get ahead of ourselves right here, Frank, but I like the way they're playing right now.
They're playing awful hard. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Allen. And the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, Cart, we'd like to thank all our sponsors. They are Colonel Tim Mahler family. We also have the team of Pate and Paul, attorneys at law, Ray Roofing. Also have Cobra Enterprise, a store and stuff, and Realty Connections. There's a hard hit ball into right field, actually right over the first baseman's head. First baseman makes an attempt to make the catch and then is not able to come up with it. So the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next up, we have John Odom and family, and also the Carl Hodges and family. The great play in the field, and also player of the game, sponsored by Carl Hodges. That player of the game is coming up here after the ball game. And Mariah, we're going to ask her to get the player of the game, but we're also going to ask you to run the camera for us because our cameras are not working over here. So you're just going to have to turn that over this way when we do player of the game. Okay?
Oh. Wow.
I didn't see
It was a
what
close
happened
play.
there.
He was out, but it was a close play, high throw.
What was the play?
5-3.
5-3. Okay, thank you very much. 5-3 is the put out for out number 1. That will bring up the well, we're going to have a pinch hitter now. Looks like it's going to be number 8. Is that Capion? Yes, it is. Capion now coming up. Attention fans, now pinch hitting for Newton, number 8, Thomas Capion. So Thomas Capion coming in, number 8.
You know, and it's nice to see, Thomas Capion from Hawaii.
Capion coming in. There's a foul ball by Capion.
Yeah, he was on that pitch. It's a little under it. From Waldorf University, all-conference performer. Right now, he's still, he's getting his timing down, and he's been working on some things. We've been talking about some things on hitting, and he's working hard. And I expect him to be a big contributor to this team.
That's swing and a miss there by Capion as the count now goes to no balls, 2 strikes. We'd like to say hi to Capion's parents, and they are Stephanie and Michael and Stephanie Capion. He also has 3 siblings, Maria, Teresa, and Sam. And here's the pitch. That one is a swing and a miss there by Capion as he goes down swinging, and the throw over to first base for the strikeout.
Yeah, those are just tough pitches with the off-speed pitches, and I don't know if the one was a strike, but he had to swing with 2 strikes.
That will bring up the second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes. Now batting, second baseman, number 7, Justin Barnes.
What little of the game, I've been watching here in bits and pieces, and I know Barnes had kind of a tough game today.
So Barnes now up there. He is
He's 0 for 4.
grounded, 0 for 4, grounded out to the shortstop, struck out, reached on an error, and scored a run in the 4th inning, and struck out in the 6th.
And to think, Frank, a guy like that with his speed and everything, just put the ball in play. Once he puts the ball in play, and that's that error right there.
So the count is no balls, 1 strike. Here's the ball lifted foul into the first base side as the count now goes to 0-2 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 down, score 8-6 in favor of your Newton Rebels. That one in there for call strike 3 as Justin Barnes takes a look at 3rd strike for out number 3. So the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Newton Rebels. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 8, it is Rebels 8 and the BatCats 6.
Whenever he gets in here, we'll get to do an interview. Just turn the camera all the way around to where you'll be able to see us here. Yeah, because these cameras are not working.
Do you want to move the camera over here, Frank?
It doesn't not working. That's what I was.
Oh, that one.
This is not working, and
But that,
other camera's not working.
but that one is.
That's the only one that's
Yeah. Do you want to move it here so it turns here, so it's more head on?
well. We can do that.
Yeah. Instead of this angle.
It's just we have to move
I'll
the
do that.
thing. I'd rather just turn it around.
Okay.
Okay, where are we at here? We welcome you back to Newton Rose Baseball as we go to the top half of the ninth inning. The Rebels are up 8-6 here in the top half of the ninth. Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher now as Zach Gillick is done. I think that's Frazier,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Carson Frazier.
Yeah, Carson Frazier. Let's see here. I'm starting to get to where I recognize him.
Well, and you got to remember, he had a different number, I believe, last year or something. But I mean, the thing is that this was his role a lot of times last year with the Rebels.
So Carson Frazier now on the mound for the Newton Rebels.
Frazier from Temecula, California.
Due up for the Great Bend BatCats will be the third baseman, number 10, Noah Best.
Now batting for the BatCats, third baseman number 10, Noah Best.
So 3 outs away from the first victory of the season is the Newton Rebels. And Carson Frazier now pitching. Fastball in there for call, strike 1.
And that's one thing I like because I felt last year he overthrew a lot. He sometimes wanted to just blow it by people. But this year he's coming back this summer, and his off speed's a lot better.
That one misses for ball 1. So as the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Noah Best. Noah Best hitting in the number 5 spot. He'll be followed by Gates and McGee. Here's the pitch by Frazier. Fastball is fouled off by Best.
Best was right on that. And the whole thing about that with Frazier right there, with he's becoming a pitcher. And that's what the whole thing is. It's not just a thrower.
So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Best. And Carson Frazier ready to go. Breaking ball just misses outside, and that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was pretty close right there, and you can see he was pretty frustrated.
Well, you could tell it was pretty close by the reaction I had on my voice there. There's a swing and a miss there by Best, and Best goes down swinging for out number 1. So we have 1 down now here in the top half of the 9th inning, and that will bring up the right fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates. So Kyle Gates now up at the plate.
From Lavernia, Texas. You ever been there, Frank? I know you've been all over. So.
Nope, I have never been there to play golf.
That's what I was gonna, my next question.
Swing and a miss there by Gates. Now batting right for number 17, Kyle Gates. So Kyle Gates now at the plate. Forgot to announce him on the PA. I forget that I have that job too tonight.
You are forgiven tonight, wasn't that?
Count will now go to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Kyle Gates. And here's the pitch. That one a swing and a miss there by Gates. As the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice job so far here by Carson Frazier.
Yeah, an instant like this where he's not coming around, I'd throw the same thing.
Fastball just misses inside, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, don't slow his bat down. You know what I mean? Right there, that fastball is right by him. Let's see, show that he can hit it, but I don't know.
Here's Frazier's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Gates, and that is the 2nd strikeout of the inning. 2nd strikeout recorded by Carson Frazier. So we have 2 down now here in the top half of the 9th inning with the Newton Rebels up 8-6. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 33, Kane McGee. Now batting the first baseman, number 33, Kane McGee.
Yeah, McGee from Almonte, Ontario. But one thing I do like that with Connor Allen.
That one misses outside for ball 1. Go ahead.
Well, Coach, he lets his catchers call the game. So, I mean, right now he's figuring out all these pitchers, what they have. You have to know every pitcher on the staff. and what they can do, what they don't do, what percentage that they can throw that fastball.
Breaking ball in there for a call strike. Nice pitch there by Frazier, and that will even up the count at 1-1 One out away from the first victory of the 2021 season for your Newton Rebels. Now swing and a miss there by McGee, and the count now goes to 1-2.
So you see that sequence, the fastball and then off speed twice. I mean, that's what I like about him. He's mixing it up more. I felt he was pretty predictable last year, and he probably didn't have the control of his off speed.
Fastball misses outside as that one tails away from the left-handed batter McGee. And the count will now go to 2-2. That was a good pitch there by Frazier. Don't give him anything good to look. Make him chase. And here's Frazier's pitch. That one is a swing and a miss. And that is the ball game with the final score. The Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. And that is the ball game with the final score. Your Newton Rebels 8 and the Great Bend BatCats 6. We'd like to thank all our sponsors. They are Colonel Tim Marler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard, your home team. Always ready, always there. Sponsor of the double play is the team of Pate and Paul, the attorneys at law, working for you. A pitching change is sponsored by Ray Roofing. They have you covered. Any double by any Newton Rebels is sponsored by Cobra Enterprise, Store and Stuff, and Realty Connections. Home runs are sponsored by John Odom and family, proud friends of the Newton Rebels. And a great play or the player of the game are sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. Once again, we'd like to thank all our sponsors and Back Alley Pizza for the pizza. Also like to thank all our host families for coming out this evening and supporting your Newton Rebels. Rebels win 8-6. First victory of the 2021 season. Congratulations. All right, we're back after doing the PA stuff here. The Newton Rebels win 8-6 here this evening, Mark. And the good thing about it is the Newton Rebels ended up getting a total of 8 runs on 10 hits. They did have a total of 2 errors, and then the Great Bend BatCats scored 6 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors.
Yeah.
But great job of pitching by Zach Gillick when he came in to strike out 2 guys, and then of course finished up there by Carson Frazier as he strikes out the side in the top half of the 9th inning as the Newton Rebels get their first victory of the season. The Great Bend BatCats now come to go to 5-1 for the season, and the Newton Rebels go to 1-5.
The one thing I want to say is how dangerous this team could be once they start cleaning up things like the walks. You know, all the walks, they clean up the walks, the errors. I think once that, this team is going to be very unbeatable if they can keep that going. In other words, it's defense, offense, and then you have pitching. And once they clean up, like, right there, he had a lot of walks. I don't know how many altogether.
Well, we had, I know.
And I know most of the
Jacobs
runs.
gave up 8, so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying most of the runs they scored were off walks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once you eliminate that and you get it down to 2 or 3, guess what? How many more runs less that is? The battle. That way when you get the lead, you can go ahead and keep improving on that. And it makes the game a lot easier, and that's what it's going to be for the Rebels.
Okay. Well, so, Mark Carvalho, our general manager, we thank you very much for joining us. Joining us now will be the player of the game. The player of the game is sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. And Carson Frazier, we're going to have to face this way here because this camera is the only one that's working here this evening. Once again, we thank Mariah for running our camera here this evening and also for getting our player of the game and all she does for us. So we chose you, Eli, because you were 2 for 3 here this evening. You grounded out to the first baseman in the 2nd inning. You got a double in the 4th inning and scored a run. And then you also got a base hit in the 6th inning and scored another run. So the final score was 8-6. How did it feel tonight to get that first victory of the season?
It's definitely a big weight off our shoulders for sure. Sorry.
That's all right.
Definitely a big weight off our shoulders. Coach Clark said the first one's always the hardest to get, so it feels good to get that first one and to start getting rolling.
Well, you can't get a winning streak unless you get that first one. So tomorrow evening we will be going to Great Bend to face the Great Bend BatCats. The Great Bend BatCats were in first place. They were 5-0. Along with the Derby Twins. So getting that victory off a somebody on the top of the bracket or top of the standings is a good victory for us here this evening.
For sure. Hopefully it'll give some confidence going forward. And like you said, can't get a winning streak with that first one, so hopefully we'll get rolling.
That's right. So, Eli, we're going to go with your parents here. Go ahead and tell me who your parents are.
Yeah, so my mom's name is Jody and my dad's Ken.
Okay, and then you have a couple siblings.
Yeah, I got Hunter. He's 27 now, 26. And then I got Riley, who's 23.
23, okay. And you go to what college?
Concordia University, Chicago. It's on the west side of Chicago.
Okay, and your favorite player was?
Dustin Pedroia.
Okay, and then you said you wanted to spend some time, or 5 minutes. I ask all the players these questions, and one of the questions is, who would you like to spend 5 minutes with? And I thought this was kind of interesting. Go ahead.
So my whole life, I've actually been a wrestler.
Okay.
I probably got recruited more as a wrestler, but I like baseball more. And someone I've always looked up to and idolized really is Jordan Burroughs. He's a 2012 gold medalist. And basically the reason why I look up to him so much is because he's so genuine in his personality and the way he goes about his life and everything. He treats everyone with respect. And he's just a guy that I can look up to whether I'm having a bad day. I know that, someone like that is working hard and keep pushing me. So.
Well, that's great that you have picked him, and I love to hear these stories on why you pick these, certain people. But that's why we ask these questions. We wanted to get a little bit to know you a little bit. And once again, the player of the game here this evening is Eli Hickman, who went 2 for 3, had a double and a single. And congratulations for being, and once again, we're going to get that winning streak going.
For sure,
we got the first one, so all we got to do now is get the second one tomorrow as the Newton Rebels head to Great Bend. Have you ever been to Great Bend before?
No, sir.
Never have. Well, it's not a bad field. Press box is a little tight, but we'll make it work however we can. Is there anybody else you would like to say hi to while we got you on camera?
Just all my family back home, my aunts and uncles, Ashley, Clay, Stacy, Jeff, Dan, Alicia, everyone back home. I miss all of them, so definitely a hard summer being away from them. And also shout out to my sister-in-law Maggie. She's due for a baby in 2 days. So
well, look
hopefully
at that.
Goes
You're going to be an uncle,
yes,
huh?
Sir.
Well, congratulations to that family. Once again, we'd like to thank our player of the game and our sponsor of the player game called Hodges and Family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. Once again, our player of the game, Eli Hickman, who was 2 for 3 this evening. Don't forget, tomorrow evening, the Newton Rebels will be in action in Great Bend. We're going to try to get on the air at 6:45, and everybody, please cross your fingers. Hopefully we have the other computer going, and we can give you a little bit better quality, both on the camera and on the sound, and we'll hope to make it work. The Newton Rebels get their first victory of the 2021 season as they win 8-6 against the Great Bend BatCats. Once again, this is Frank Martinez, the voice of the Newton Rebels, and the player of the game, Eli Hickman, joining us and saying good night to you. We'll see you tomorrow evening, and thank you for joining us. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Let's see here, and I got one more call here. I got to end this one here.